Hey Pastels, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a full set of Gel X nails. I knew I had some really long stilettos. These would be considered the XL length. I haven't used these in a while. Completely forgot about them actually. But yeah, when I found these, I knew I could put them to use. We're going to go in with the Beetles top coat, and this will be a pop-off set. Turn my light on. I try to get as close to the cuticle as possible, and I just move on over into the light. And notice quickly how there's no bubbles. Okay, there's this little piece right here, but it's just seamless and clean. Here is a tip on how to achieve that. What I like to do is add like a small amount and then just work my way to the middle, not even the center, just like halfway. Because as it moves, you're gonna see the gel go up. You see how it's going up, 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 up. You wanna stop right there where your nail tip is. You don't want there to be like a line of demarcation and overflow. You don't want any of that. Okay, now I gotta turn this light on to make sure I cure it. 1 second. The closer, ooh, it burns, I'm not gonna lie. You don't want to have that nail too close to the light. It just feels like a heat spike. Heat spike is basically when there's too much product on the nail and it's curing way too, like it's curing quickly. It's curing quickly all at once and it gets hot. The same thing can happen to acrylic nails. If my clients are like, okay, this one is starting to feel hot, I spray alcohol, rubbing alcohol on the nail. It really is a matter of the product. Too much product can just cause like a warmth and then it just builds up and it gets hot. I just noticed I laid out 10 nails. I'm not doing both hands. I only plan on doing one hand. Should I do both hands? I don't know. I feel like doing my right hand is complicated. It's a little tricky, so I'm not sure. Maybe I will do both hands. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. Okay, we're gonna move it into the light. Ooh, that light is strong, honey. That light is strong. Either the light is too strong or I'm using way too much gel. Ooh. This is what I put my clients through? Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Okay. It's on. Yeah, I think I put too much product. That's why it feels like that. But we're gonna add a thinner layer. Just keep it thin. Okay. And this time around, we're gonna make the nails really sharp. I typically don't, but this is, you know, for myself. So the reason why is I don't want the tip to break. It is plastic, overall it is plastic. So when my clients ask me to make it sharper, I'll go sharp, but I try not to go too sharp. It just doesn't have the same, in my opinion, it's not as sturdy as acrylic. So if that tip is too thin, I feel like it might not last or it will break, in my opinion. Is this my sign to do both hands? Okay, that's cute. All right, before we do anything, we're going to seal those cuticles just so it can look more seamless. I like that. And then we're just gonna buff all the nails at the end. I just want to do the thumb on its own. All right, this is what we got. Honestly, I'm impressed. I've really never made them this sharp. I think this is a good length compared to what we usually do. So I might have to stick with this length. We are just going to buff the nails. Buff, buff, buff. Now, this is a hack that I saw online. If you do not like that clear see-through nail after you add your jelly polish, let me show you an example. Let's say we do 2 layers of Summer Peach, right? And it still looks a little see-through, too sheer or see-through. You can play around with the pat gel. What I've seen the girlies do is put some pat gel mostly in the center where it would be, you know, pretty clear, and then you can add your sheer layer. So I'm gonna try that out. I'm gonna test that theory and see if it even really makes a difference. I think I'm gonna go with, we're gonna go for a pink base. So maybe this one, maybe, yeah. Let's see, cause the nail look we're going for, we're gonna do, well, I can show you better than I can tell you. I really don't wanna talk the whole time, but the nail look we're gonna do, we need a base for these 2. Every other nail, I believe, is gonna be brown, but these 2 need a base. So let's see if this actually makes a difference. Open her up. We're just gonna use a small amount and build that layer. So see how I'm just kind of staying in this area. I don't really need to go all the way down. We could spread it out a little bit, but mostly in the center. And it really is gonna help cover that line where you see my natural nail as well. So we don't have to do too many layers of sheer. We can do maybe like 2 or 3 layers of pat gel and then get straight into the sheer. Excuse me. Okay, I'm just gonna turn her around. I don't wanna accidentally cure any of those colors. This way. I said we're gonna try to stay in the center, but it's really dragging out. It's okay. What I was thinking earlier is I need a signature length and shape because I don't want every video to look too different. I kind of want to be on, you know, one accord. Like, this is my shape. I'm gonna just pick one and stick to it. I did enjoy the square look I did, but I don't know. I feel like this might be my signature. Like long gel X stiletto, because I feel like I feel like it complements my nails, my nail bed, my nail shape, and it just looks so sleek every time. It's really pretty. You know what, we might as well just go up a little bit because I don't want to be able to notice like a difference, if that makes sense. I feel like we did enough layers for the color I'm going for. So now I have to figure out what base gel, because it's definitely not gonna be too peachy. I'm honestly so obsessed with this palette. I need to try all these colors. Definitely the green. I'm going for the green next. I don't know what we're gonna use it for. I just know we need to use it, okay? All right, here are some of my sheer colors. We're going for something that resembles this soft pink. I wouldn't mind if it's too light because that's a bit dark. I wouldn't mind if it's a bit light because the pat gel itself, honestly, I could just use the pat gel to create the color because this is pretty pigmented. I wouldn't mind if the sheer gel we use is a bit lighter compared to this because this is already pigmented. I feel like this would work. The pink I had in mind was a soft jelly pink. I do have 2 other pinks. I have to look for them though. I think this would be good. I don't hate this. All right, let's just do a quick sample. You know what I'm thinking is use the pat gel around the entire nail, like cover the nail fully, and then we'll go in with like 2 coats. I think that'll be fine completely because she looks really good. So quickly, we're just gonna cover the nail completely because this is actually a really good color. You see, there's so many different ways to do one thing in the nail community, which is why I love what I do so much. Like, who would think my base was used with, you know, a pat gel? You would probably think it was like a gel polish. No one would think this is a pat gel. There's so many ways. Just adding the full color. Okay, we're just gonna clean up a little bit. I'm going to be on the hunt for a neutral palette, a neutral pat gel palette. Maybe this could really cut down on my time with my clients. Instead of going in with, you know, gel polish, we could probably do some pat gel. And it's a win-win because look, it's really covering that nail. It's giving it that full coverage. You can see my nail a little bit. Maybe not on camera, but if you saw it in person, you would see that line in the middle just a little bit. But honestly, some of my clients like that sheer look. I'm not sure why, but some of them really don't care. They're just like, it looks good. They're fine with the clear see-through look. Oop. Let's get her back up. Okay, even though I'm not sure if it's necessary, we're still gonna do 2 coats of this sheer pink. Y'all, look at this piece of hair. You see that piece of hair? Yeah, it's kind of stuck in there because I cured it, but once I add the airbrush effect, you won't see it, so it doesn't matter. This is the second coat. I'm doing this to melt the acetone. I'm doing this to melt the press-on tip. Basically blending that cuticle area. It helps melt the plastic, which is the whole nail. This is plastic gel. It melts it using the acetone, basically. One of my really great brushes is missing at the moment, so this is the backup. She is a little crusty. Please don't judge her too hard or too harsh. The bristles are too thick. We're gonna just snatch some of those out for a more defined look, because when you draw your designs, you don't want it to look too thick, depending on what you're doing. The design we're going for is the zebra print. I don't want the zebras to be too thick, so I need to get rid of some of those strands. So far, this is the base that we have. Now it's time for the designs. Okay, so I was thinking to use my airbrush for the aura that I'm going for. The aura is gonna be white, but I realized that there's a white shade right here. Honestly, I'm not sure what the blend, excuse me, I'm not really sure how that blend is gonna look, but we're gonna give it a try. I don't know, I've never really done aura with pat gel. I'm assuming I would need a really tiny amount, not too much. We can start on the pinky. Ooh. Honestly, I think I'd rather use the machine because you have to be way too careful with the sponge. Yeah, we're gonna use the machine instead of the pat gel. Okay, time for the airbrush. I like how pigmented it is. Ooh, I have on a mask, so if I sound muffled, that's probably why. I like how pigmented it is, and it's only one spray. So let's do a second one. Stay in the center. It's time for the designs. Okay. I like how the airbrush kind of made it like matte and soft. So it's kind of easy to draw on. Remember that piece of hair? It's gone. Sorry, I have to be quiet for a little bit because that airbrush, if I mess up, I don't know if it's gonna come off. Sometimes it does when I wipe away acetone, so I'm just trying to get it right on the first time. Okay, so I got this on Amazon because I was missing some beads. The beads that I was looking for, they didn't have. They only had it in this package. So we're going to use some of the gold beads. These are actually perfect sizing. Let's see. Using Macart glue gel. We're just gonna add some detail. That I no longer need, so. I think I want to add a charm to the pointer and the pinky. It definitely has to be gold. I think I like this one. Oh, that's so cute. It has a little heart in it. Oh, that's cute. Okay, we're gonna go with this one. Make sure the brush is dry so you don't spread the aura. This is a non-wipe top coat. One of my vendors sent me this. I'm using it again because I just don't want to waste or use product that I use for my clients. Oopsies. This is still very glossy and very much great quality. I'm still testing it out before, you know, I actually use it on all my clients, but it's pretty shiny. zoom in for the top coat. Okay, pastels, here are the final results. I'm feeling the length, the design, everything about this set. Super cute. We're going to pop them off and put them in the book. But let me know, what do you guys think about this one? I really love it. I love the brown. I feel like the pink is just, I don't know, it adds something special to this set, like that base. And can you believe we did this with pat gel? Literally pat gel. But yes, I'm so obsessed. Okay, let's go add these to the book. I think I'm gonna keep this going. Every time we finish a set, we just put it in the book. It'll kind of be like our thing, like basically a collection of every single set. If you see anything here you don't recognize, go through my page and check out some of these other nail videos that I've created. They're gonna pile up. We're gonna have a lot. There's, how many pages do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is my favorite part. At the end, we add them to the book. I'm so excited to see what we're gonna fill up throughout this whole journey of me doing my nails and being consistent. I'm super excited. I just wanna say thank you, Pastels, for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Toodles.